welcome back to Teach Gaming. This is Stories Passive Destiny. And we're now attacking a new type of guys. Okay then, that was a lot more painful than I wanted it to be.
Odd. The oculum was still hot to the touch. He almost thought it was getting even hotter. Well, that was ridiculous, of course. Anyway, he'd only to fire it one more time, and then he could chuck the whole contraption into the abyss. And the Emperor's ship was now in range. Bernardo squinted. He could make out the line of ravens protecting the ship. Zenobia in front, conjuring. And on the deck, yes, that was his Imperial Majesty, pacing in his golden armor. Bernardo lined up his shot and fired. Caught in the beam, the ship burst into flames. The ravens and Zenobia exploded. The Emperor, too, exploded. Bernardo waited for the beam to stop, but it only got brighter, and the oculum hotter. Frantic, Bernardo pulled the oculum towards the abyss. The ruby burst into flames. The shiny metal casing glowed, then melted. That was good. Now the core could cool off, right? Bernardo ran. The blast incinerated him instantly, along with both fleets. The shockwave could be felt across all Erda. That winter, with neither Empire nor rebels to rule them, the islands slid. And so began the Second Age of Darkness.
Whoops.
Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Okay. So, the core's unstable. So we're learning, okay, so now if we rescue him and then do his missions and that, okay.
He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice. The books paced backwards, towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis Stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Bernardo. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Lapino was no game changer, but could Bernardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rescue him, because we'll come back to this again, obviously.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own.
I know I've already done this.
Lapino
but I'll
always
be able
wiggled
to
out
do
of
it
trouble
pretty
given time.
quickly.
But he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
And I think there were some fire doors that I can open now that I have a fire sword. So if I do this, but instead of going to get those pieces, I'm going to get the new one. Although technically what you should do is go through each one the same path, but change the last
Lapino had
outcome
apparently managed to
make sure you
confuse
go
the
through all
judge
of
by
them.
arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Although this does look like a slightly new area of this quest.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renardo. Keeps you limber. Renardo looked around the empty village and reflected. The Sky Ripper had turned out to be far too dangerous to be used. Time to turn to what he knew best. But surprisingly, unwounded.
Ooh, we found a gem. Nice. We'll have to... Like I said, this does feel like a very new area, so I'm... At least they're varying up the levels, which is kind of nice. So now I won't feel like I've gone through the same thing 100 times. Okay, so we're back to the start. Let's try and do that, so... I wonder if we can no, we can't. It's not. It's just a dash. Which makes sense.
Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. My chest. Thank you very much. It's not like you were using it or anything anyway. Alright. There's a level thing, it looks like. Ooh, you can jump down the well. I like that idea. It'll probably take us down to there. Windmill. I hope there's something worthwhile down here. There should be. I don't know why they would take me down here if there wasn't. There's one.
With all this ore, Renato could forge a really great sword. He was a master forger. That probably wasn't the right word.
This game. I'm sure which pisses me off more, the warlocks or
Renato thought ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
it can be skipped over where I got the fire soldiers. Good to know. I'm gonna have to like rewatch this whole thing just to
Nice.
figure out.
That could be useful.
I'm gonna just up my movement speed even more now. I'm gonna have to like rewatch all of this before I play this, just so that I know actually do and where to go, so I get everything. Well, and I also have to go ahead and look at the achievements and see if I can figure out some of the achievements that I need to get.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
See, again, I would like to do this one and then go, but I don't want to do that right now.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in sword school. And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lupino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
Yeah, maybe eventually I'll go back and do some of the same missions over and over again, but right now I'm not looking to complete the game 100% like that for YouTube. But, you know, we'll
The
see.
city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second emotion? Sorry. I'm not a singer. It's okay. like my buddy Usagi can actually sing really well.
Hero Wall. Sword. Ice Wall. Ice Cube.
I mean, it would make sense that a fire sword would melt the ice. You, thank you. And we're gonna grab it. Although I do think I now have enough for ice.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away or just really small?
Really? You're watching right there and you don't notice that? That's just embarrassing, guys. I wonder if my hook shot thing works on them. I will have to figure that out.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo. Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino.
I'm sure that's a choice I'll have to remake eventually.
Hey, a workbench. He could try out his new bling.
Oh, nice. So it's a luck-based. Great. Alright then. Oh, of course I don't have enough wood for it. Well, there are some things to break, so hopefully... Nope, of course I'm not gonna get lucky. Let's actually get up to full health for the first time since we've... oh, come on. That's just not even cool.
Can I borrow that?
Wasn't quite as smooth as I would have liked, but hey, it worked.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally,
Just kill them?
he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed.
Oh no.
Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy. Reynardo said, did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back,
They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him.
You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that.
I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
Well, it just goes to show you never trust a cat. Even though cats are much better than dogs. I know, I said it. You can all hate me now. But on that controversial opinion, I think it's time for us to end this episode. Unless it's going to do some talking here. In which case,
Scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims. Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness.
Okay, like I said, gonna end the episode
The rebellion
there.
had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
So we're gonna wrap it up there. So we'll see you next time. This has been Teach Gaming, playing Stories, The Path of Destinies.